Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15. Now this video isn't about horse racing and tipping, it's not about big race previews, it's about me and a major development that's going to be happening to me over the next few days, and that is because I did mention it briefly towards the end of last week. I'm going into hospital tomorrow to have major bowel surgery, which I'll talk about a bit more about what that's going to involve, but over the next few days you're going to be seeing me vlogging from the hospital, so I won't be in my bedroom. But I just want to tell you what I'm going to be going through and a little bit about myself as well if you've only just started following me over the last few months. I did make a video about my battle with my condition, ulcerative colitis, towards the end of last year because it was ulcerative colitis day, so I thought I should maybe tell you a little bit about myself and a bit more about the condition to raise awareness. Also as well, I'll leave a description in the link below to the Crohns and Colitis website so you can find a little bit more about the condition if you want to read more about it. But yeah, a bit about myself and how I got into creating my own YouTube channel and getting into horse racing. It's a bit of an amazing story, I think. I know I might be blowing my own trumpet, but honestly, without my condition, I wouldn't be where I am now, and it's amazing how far I've come in those 5 years since I was first diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and that was in 2013. I was just a normal university student going into my final year at the University of Chichester when I did my BA in history. I worked at Bewley Motor Museum, doing anything from working in visitor reception to driving the monorail. Absolutely loved it. It was a good summer job, but during that summer I went to the fish and chip shop, and then after eating that I started passing blood when I went to the toilet, and I started getting really bad diarrhea. And I pretty much went on a downward curve with my health, and I just started feeling really bad, and I didn't know what was happening with me. We just thought it was maybe a bad bout of gastroenteritis, but after seeing a few specialists about a month later, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis after having a couple of horrible tests as well, which I'll leave your imagination to decipher that one. But I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. I didn't know what it was at all, and then after reading up about it, I discovered that I had one of the two forms, or one of the two normal forms of inflammatory bowel disease. Now the other one is Crohn's disease that you might have heard of. There's quite a few famous people with Crohn's disease that you can go up and read about, but basically the two are very bad conditions. My condition, ulcerative colitis, only infects really the large colon. It's basically an immunosuppressant disease where your immune system basically thinks, oh my god, what the hell am I doing? It thinks basically your body's been tricked, so it starts attacking certain parts of your bodies. And my immune system decided to attack my large colon, and basically it made it go inflamed, and basically any waste that was passed through there would just basically bleed, and I would just be passing blood, and it was very horrible. I got really badly anemic from having losing so much blood from going to the toilet. I'd be going to the toilet 20 times a day. I had a magic medicine though the first time that seemed to work the treat, but a few months later I ended up going in hospital, and I was having intravenous steroids, and that kind of got me under control. And then I was introduced to a drug called azathioprine, which was an immunosuppressant drug. I should have said it's an immune disease, but I had an immunosuppressant drug to control the immune system, and that did me okay for a couple of years. I didn't really have any symptoms. I was fine, and I thought I was really over it and I was under control. It was just a tablet that I had to take every morning for 2 years, and really was no big deal really. I just got on with it, and then I left university. I had a couple of jobs. I ended up working at the library, my local library, for a couple of years. It was alright, I didn't mind doing it. It was a good, enjoyable job, but ultimately it was probably not what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to do something else. I thought leaving university I could get into loads of good things, but I really, as soon as I left, I found out how really hard it was to get anywhere, like on graduate schemes or graduate jobs, so I found it always difficult. But I was happy at the library for the time being, and And then in 2016, it came back again, my condition, ulcerative colitis with a vengeance. I started passing blood again, and I went pretty much from the drug I was on, azathioprine, to having to go for a drug called Humira, where you have to inject yourself. Started to work initially. I went on the steroids again, and then I ended up going back in hospital. I went on a drug called Amaxiflab, which they thought might work for me. That was an intravenous drug where you have to go every couple of weeks to your local hospital and have a top up. And yeah, you sit there for an hour, absolutely fine. But unfortunately for me, that wasn't really working, and it was just really the steroids that were keeping me going at that point. And then I went back into hospital in September 2016, and I went on the last drug available at the time, which was called Entavio. My body absolutely couldn't take it, and then I had to have an operation, and they decided that they were going to take away my large bowel, and I was left with an ileostomy, or for those who don't know what it is, it's a stoma, and basically they push my small bowel out through my tummy, and I got something that's shown up in my intestine of a little 10p piece, and I was left with a colostomy bag, which you'll be able to see the picture now, and that's basically what the operation was. And I've been like that now for the last 2 years. That got away the symptoms. I wasn't bleeding anymore. I was nearly on death's door when I had that operation, and it was really horrible. But ulcerative colitis isn't a condition that's very well known. You've got the likes, though, of Darren Fletcher, the former Manchester United footballer and Scotland footballer that underwent some surgery, major bowel surgery. I think he might have had the same condition, or the same type of surgery, I should say, as me, but he hasn't really gone too public with the details of his surgery, but he had the same condition as me. Also as well, Siobhan O'Connor has ulcerative colitis. She's an Olympic medalist for Team GB at swimming. Also as well, Steve Redgrave has had some kind of surgery, not nowhere near the lengths of my surgery, but he's had ulcerative colitis, and he discovered that when he was actually competing at pretty much at his peak as an Olympian. There's quite a lot of other people out there that have ulcerative colitis as well, quite a lot of famous people that if you did your research you'll be amazed to find out who's got it. Also as well, Lewis Moody, former England rugby player, he's got ulcerative colitis. I don't know if he's had surgery, but yeah, there's a few people out there. Crohn's disease is also as well a horrible inflammatory bowel condition that affects more other parts of the body, and that can affect higher up in the small bowel and things like that. So yeah, Crohn's disease is far worse than ulcerative colitis, but I've been diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and tomorrow they're going to be forming a pouch. So over 2 stages, I'm going to get rid of my stoma. So tomorrow, when I go and have my surgery, they're going to form a pouch. So basically, I'll go to the loo normally, and then in a few months' time, they'll basically, I'm going to have a stoma still after tomorrow, but basically they're going to, in the second operation, which will probably be in January, they're just going to basically reconnect me fully. They basically create a pouch, leave me with stoma, they leave the pouch basically to heal for 3 months, and then they just close me all up in January, so then I'll be able to go to toilet like normal people. But yeah, I'm looking forward to going through that. But also as well, that experience in hospital, near death, basically wanted me to follow my dream of probably working in sport. And to be honest, I'd been a casual horse racing fan before I went through all that. I liked the odd bet now and again, but I never really got into horse racing that much. And it was in my recuperation period after my first surgery that basically I fell in love with horse racing, and it wasn't until I went to Ascot a few months later after my surgery that I had to go at some horse racing commentary. I got dragged in by Lee Mackenzie and Rupert Bell. Mine got used as the promo at Ascot to have a go in the Betfair commentary booth, and I absolutely loved it. And I knew from that day on that I wanted to work in horse racing, and I wanted to be a horse racing commentator. I didn't know how to go about it. I created my own YouTube channel a few weeks later after that. I emailed around about 20 different race courses. I was given a break by Wincanton Racecourse that said they might be able to help me do something, and they offered me to help them do their social media. That was a really good experience that I had there. Also as well, I was really lucky to find out that down the road from where I lived at Southampton Solent University, they was starting a master's degree, and because I did my undergraduate, I could go and do my master's where I could learn all the technical aspects, maybe get into doors to get into the racing media outlets. I was able to get to work for the BBC pretty quickly because I applied for the BBC trainee kickoff scheme. Didn't get on the final places, but because they loved my passion for horse racing, they gave me a few contacts, and that's where I've been able to, the last couple of years, go to Glorious Goodwood and work with BBC local radio as their pundit, and that's been really good fun. My YouTube channel has evolved, and because of my course, I was able to go and do a work placement without the races for 3 months. I've done work experience with Race and Post. I've done lots of other things. I've been to various race courses that I've never been to before. Also as well, I've done documentaries. I've been to Jamie Osborne's stable to make one about stable stuff. I've been to Chris Gordon to do stuff. I've shadowed Mick Fitzgerald, Luke Harvey, Hayley Moore without the races. Also as well, I've gone out and I've interviewed Bryony Frost, Charlie Deutsch and Lorcan Williams on my own, doing basically my own race day report at Taunton. I've just completed a massive film that I made about the history of female jockeys, and that's something that I want to pursue later down the line. And basically, I've done really well. I now work for another tipping company called The Punters Page, which I have some good fun doing over there. My YouTube channel's got better. I've done basically all sorts, and basically I done that in less than 2 years, from thinking, when is my life going to go after my first surgery, to doing so much. And if you put your mind to anything, you can achieve a lot. And there's loads more that I want to do, and I'm only just getting started. And I now know where I want to go. And going into surgery this time, I'm going to be thinking about you guys, making videos for you. Also as well, I'm going to be looking at horse racing. So I've got a lot more that I'm really excited about going in surgery, and things to keep my mind active whilst I go in there. So yeah, if you see me over the next few days, that's where I'll be in hospital doing some videos, and I'll be doing an ARC preview, like I said earlier, towards the end of the week. So that's just a little bit about myself. Also as well, I would have chucked in a couple of pictures as well about what the kind of surgery I went through and things like that. So yeah, also as well, if you want, go and have a look for more Crohn's and Colitis information. The link should be in the description below. Also as well, please subscribe to my YouTube channel already so you follow my journey. I'll probably do a couple of other videos like this during my YouTube channel career. So yeah, if you nothing into horse racing and you're maybe going through some surgery or Crohn's and Colitis, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you never know, if you don't like horse racing, you might want the odd tip when it's the Grand National or whatever. Just come and find me out. But yeah, so please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also as well, follow me on Twitter at LuckyLoads15. That's my handle. So yeah, that's all I've got to say really. So I'll be doing a video tonight for tomorrow's racing, and yeah, the next couple of days I'll be seeing you from hospital. So yeah, see you soon.